Hey, welcome back to Mommy Reboot TV. I'm your host, Jody Agard. All right, Mama, today we are talking about how to sleep better. So here's the deal, is that I know when there's babies who are waking up in the middle of the night, and there's emails, and there's work, and there's the endless things, that it's not always easy to get a really good night's sleep. And so I do know, especially when our kids are sick, that there are some different circumstances that you will just have to accept the fact that maybe sleep is not going to be at the top of your list right now. It's just the season that you're in. And so I want to preface that because what I'm going to go into, you just have to know that sometimes you just have to accept the fact that this is a season of maybe a little less sleep than you would like. But this video is primarily on how to sleep better. So when your kids are healthy, when you aren't going through a major life transition, maybe like a divorce or a move or a family member who died or, an infant, anything like that. I really just wanted to give you some tips on how to be able to sleep better on a daily basis and really looking at your evening routine. And that's what it's about. It's about creating a routine for you that feels really good and that serves you. And it's not about right or wrong. And even these tips I'm going to give you, it's not even about that. It's more about looking at your current sleeping patterns and your behaviors and your nighttime routine and then saying, is this really serving me? And if it's not, if you're not sleeping that well and you're just up all night, or you're waking up and feeling really anxious, or you're tossing and turning, then this is the video for you, because that's what it's all about, is just making those little tweaks. And that's all it is just making a little few tweaks here and there that will allow you to be able to sleep better. Okay, so number one, I mentioned it earlier. It is to create a routine. And quite honestly, your bedtime routine actually starts even before you make dinner. And so if you heard my other video that I did prior on the best fall evening routines, you will know that what I said in there was to unwind when you come home from work, or when you shut down your laptop and you're getting ready to feed the kids and you're starting the dinner routine and the homework and all of that, is that creating a routine that starts in the evening. So that might look like when you're done in the evening working, you change your clothes so that it signals your body that it's time to go to bed, or, it will be time to go to bed soon. But right now it's just a matter of unwinding. And that's what it's all about. It's just finding ways that will really help you to feel settled and not so like, I've got this going on and I have to email and I've got to do this. So, and I would say, here's a big one, is that no scrolling, aka social media, at least 2 hours before you go to bed. So work backwards. So say, what time would I really like to fall asleep? And I shut by sleeping. Is it 10 p.m.? Is it 11 p.m.? And so let's just play with 10 o'clock. If your ideal bedtime is 10 p.m., well, then you know that by 8 o'clock you can no longer scroll or check emails, because what's happening is that will activate your brain, and you want to stay away from anything that's really activating. So anything that will make you think, anything that will make you analyze, anything that will just make your brain just have to run. It's been running all day, and so you want to give it permission to just chill out a little bit and just relax and not analyze. And then I would say 1 hour before bed, so at 9 o'clock, then you would say no more electronics. So maybe from 8 to 9, you're watching TV and you're hanging out with your husband or your partner, or you're picking up the house, or you're doing those types of things. And then an hour before bed, really try to make sure that everything is shut down. So, no TVs, and maybe trade it. And this is what I definitely suggest, is trading those things in for something else that relaxes you. So it could be reading, lighting a candle, putting some soft music on, maybe meditation, basically anything that will help your brain slow down. And if you're the type that opens a book and then you just pass out, well then great, do more of that. But play around with this and see where it fits into your evening routine. And again, the main thing is to create a routine and work backwards. Ask yourself what time you would really love to be sleeping by. Number 2, start where you are. So if your bedtime is, if we're working on the 2 o'clock example or the 10 o'clock example, well then if 2 hours of no electricity, if 2 hours of the no scroll rule, it feels like it's too much, then give yourself permission just to play around with it. Maybe that's just your thing right now, and you want to just bump it back maybe a half hour. So maybe it's an hour and a half or an hour. Play with this and just start where you are with what you have. And if it feels really big, well then just remember, all you have to do right now is make baby steps. Just take a little baby step. What's one thing you could do tonight that will allow you to be able to unactivate your mommy brain and from all the things? Maybe it's not checking emails after dinner. Maybe it's, taking a bath after the kids go to bed instead of cleaning up. Maybe it's asking for help. But just start where you are and play with what you've got and then build upon that. Number 3, and this one might seem really, really obvious, is avoid caffeine. I know for me, if I drink my coffee past 10 a.m., I am going to be up. That's just my body, and it's just the way it operates. Same with alcohol. If I choose to have a nightcap, which thankfully I rarely do anymore, only because I know that it affects my sleep, and so I'm just not a big drinker anymore. But when I was, having a glass of wine after dinner and all of those things, I definitely noticed that my sleep it affected it, and I tend to toss and turn more. So just know your body's triggers and figure out where you need to and what time you need to stop drinking caffeine and or avoid the nightcaps. And then just know, here's the truth, is that you guys all know the benefits of sleeping better. But I think the biggest one for us moms, especially for us working moms who are just go, 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 and we're serving everybody around us, is that it's about being patient and it's about being less cranky, because we all know the routine. When we don't get enough sleep, it's really hard to stay on point the next day, and it's really hard to not be, a little cranky and just like sluggish and just annoyed at more things. So let that be your driving force. Just keep remembering that, yes, it's about a nighttime routine, but at the end of the day, it's about the next day. It's about being able to be fully functioning and feeling really good in your body and maintaining your relationships and, just having more harmonious relationships. And that starts with sleep. And so just figure out what works and what doesn't work for you right now, and then just be willing to take little baby steps. Okay, that's all I have on sleeping better. I hope you are having an amazing day, and I hope that this is a good, nice, awesome, smooth week for you. And if you thought of that mama who is just always tired and not sleeping well, please send her my way and send her this video and or my channel. And if you're not already a Facebook group member in my Mommy Reboot group, we would love to have you and invite your friends. So just jump over to Facebook and search Mommy Reboot group, and I'll be in there. All right, have an awesome day and sleep tight.